might just talk about the topic that we discussed in our mastermind yesterday. There was a lot of discussion around our pricing and how we're not making as much as we can be. A lot of us in the mastermind, they are business owners who have been virtual assistants and service providers for about 4 years. I think at least 3 to 4 years. They've been in the business for a while. They see all of these other service providers making really, really good money. And they're thinking to themselves, why is that not me? How come I'm not making that money? How come I can't charge more? Why is that not happening for me? And it really comes down to, a lot of it is mindset. But it really comes down to sitting down, looking at your pricing, and ensuring that it's fair for the value that you provide. And what I mean by fair is that it reflects accurately the value that you're providing. So if you're starting to feel resentful about the work that you're doing, if you're starting to feel resentful towards your clients, that you're not making enough money, that you're killing yourself, that you're regretting certain decisions, that you're not making enough money for the amount of work that you're doing, I think it's really time to sit down and look at your pricing and think about how you can raise your pricing so that you can better reach your income goals. Okay, this is a completely natural and normal part of the business owner process. You should not be staying at the same rates that you started your business at. You should constantly be evolving as your experience grows, as your client roster grows, as your skill sets expand. You should always be looking and reviewing your pricing. So there are certain times and ways that you can raise your prices with current clients, okay? So if you've been working with them for at least 3 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, and they've been super pleased with your work, maybe you can look at raising your prices then. And there's a very specific ways you can go about doing that. But it's okay to review your pricing if you've been working for a client for at least 6 months maybe, and you've been doing really, really good work. But you have to have a really good reason, a value add reason for doing this. And I actually provide a template in the Inner Circle Learning Portal of what you can say to your clients to justify your price increase. Another reason you might want to increase your prices when you've been working with a client for a little while is perhaps you offered them an introductory rate when you first started working together, and now you're ready to move on to your proper rates. So that's probably around 1 month. Maybe you've offered an introductory fee for 1 month, but between 1 to 3 months, don't continue working at your introductory rate. It's now time to talk about your proper rate. And it's always good to set expectations with your client that you are working for them for a limited time at an introductory rate, if that is indeed what you're doing, so that when it comes time to review your rates and raise your rates, they know it's kind of coming. And hopefully by that point, they will recognize your value, they will have seen and experienced your value, and they will have no issue in paying you your proper rate. So don't be afraid to have that conversation, especially if you've already set expectations at the start of your working relationship, whether that's in your contract, in your proposal, or whatever it may be. You can also think about raising your rates when you've built a team, when you've expanded your services, when you've up-leveled your skill sets. And that's a fantastic reason. When you're adding value to your client, that's a fantastic way to raise your rates with very, very good reason. And another way you can raise your rates is if you're working with a client and you kind of just want to fire them, right? You don't want to work with them anymore. And maybe there's an opportunity there, right? So what if you went to them and told them, you know, I'm increasing my rates and I'm increasing them to this much. Take it or leave it. So this is a great opportunity to make like really, really good money, but at the expense of perhaps working with somebody you didn't want to continue working with, or a really great way for your client to kind of move on from you because they can't afford your rates anymore. So that's a great way of getting rid of your clients without feeling too guilty. Now, another really a sticking point for a lot of people is, how do they raise their rates with current clients? A lot of people, when they raise their rates, it's for new clients, but don't be afraid to raise your rates with your current clients as well. If you feel comfortable doing that, if you feel that's, like warranted. And a way that you can do that is, again, this is in the email template that I have in the Inner Circle Learning Portal, but a way you can do that is you can inform your client of ways that you've added value to their business, about ways that your business has grown, whether it's because of a team, whether because of your skills up leveling. You can inform your client of all this additional value that you're bringing to the table and give that as your reason for increasing your rates. But you can tell them, my new rate is for new clients. So if you were charging them, $500 before a month, and now your new rate is going to be $1,000 a month for new clients, you can say something like, but I'm happy to give you grandfather you into kind of a lower rate. So instead of $1,000, we'll increase your rate to $700. So that's still, 30% less than what my new clients are paying. So you're not kind of like, you're honoring that working relationship, and you're not kind of like just throwing them into this new rate. And the other thing I have to say is, it's important that you're not asking for permission. You're not asking for permission to raise your rates. You are telling them. Because you have to remember, this whole time you are a business owner and you get to decide your rates and when and how they change. So you get to decide all of that, and your clients or your prospects can either take it or leave it. So you're not asking for permission when you're raising your rates. You're informing your clients, and you can do that in a nice way. Like I said before, you can do it in a nice way. You can offer them a discount, but you are not asking for permission. They can either take your new rates or they can leave your new rates. The important thing is that you're doing the right thing for you and your business. And always, 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 when you're conversing with clients, when you're, negotiating with clients, always, always, always highlight the value you are bringing to them by the increased rates. Maybe you want to highlight how you want to work with less clients. You can devote more time to them. That is something that they're interested in. Always make them the focus of the conversation and what they get out of this change. Always. Yeah, but it is not easy to raise your rates. Okay, it is not easy to raise your rates. There's a lot of mindset stuff that needs to happen, but you kind of have to. You realize that you are running a business. And businesses need to grow and they need to make money. You are not running a hobby. You are running a business. You are saving your clients money. You are helping your clients make money. You are adding value to any business that you work with, and you deserve to get paid the amount that you feel reflects your value. You don't want to get to the stage where you're feeling resentful and you're not liking doing the work. That's a horrible way to live, a horrible existence. You don't want that kind of bitterness souring your life. So you need to take action on the things that will help you feel more fulfilled and will help you to continue moving forward with enthusiasm, okay, with excitement, that you want to keep doing this job because it's making you good money. Thank you, Elena. Yes, Elena, it's like I'm talking to you, basically, because we had a kind of a heart-to-heart yesterday about raising your rates and the fear that comes with it. Because what is it that's stopping you from raising your rates, right? It's fear. It always comes back to fear. And what exactly is that? Like fear of clients canceling their contracts with you, fear that clients will that you won't get any more clients, fear that you'll not live up to the promises that you're making and the prices that you're setting. I recently increased the subscription to the Inner Circle from $29 to $37. I had nobody question this. Nobody questioned this. I've never had more subscribers and members than I have had now, even with the price increase, which makes me think, not for existing members, but maybe for new members, I could go even higher because I know that I'm adding value every single month and I'm helping people, which is exactly what you're doing. Like, I'm not saying you should like raise your prices every 3 months with your clients, because you need to respect that relationship. You need to kind of make sure that you're managing expectations properly and that they're not going to be fearing a price hike every 3 months. But you do need to constantly review your pricing, constantly reviewing the scope of your work, because scope creep is real and it becomes such a point of resentment and contention for a lot of people, and they hate addressing scope creep because they feel like they need to give themselves and their dog to their client, because like, you are a business owner. Treat your business and yourself like a business owner would. You need to respect your time. You need to respect your boundaries. You need to respect your value. So don't let fear hold you back. It is real. I know it is real. It can be paralyzing. It can be crippling. But at the end of the day, what is the actual worst that can happen? The actual worst that can happen is somebody says no to your new rate. What's the best that can happen? Somebody says yes to your new rate. And what does that mean? That means if one person says yes to your new rate, that means others will say yes to your new rate. And then what does that mean? That then means that you can work with less clients and make more money. And isn't that what we all kind of want, right? My hair is like crazy now. Okay, that is my little sermon about pricing. If you have any questions about pricing, yeah, put them in the comments below. But in the meantime,